Have you ever been at a social gathering, or maybe you're cracking open a cold one with the boys, and you think to yourself, you know what? I wonder. And on the basis of that pondering, you act. You decide to make a statement of opinion on a controversial topic, such as politics, religion, sports. And after you make that statement, you hear a low, bassy rumble, like a cave troll has just been let out of its den. You look around to find the source, and you just realize, now there's the 49ers fan in the room. There's the leftist in the room. Well, you're not the only one, because Russell Vought just did that. Well, a year ago. But it finally resurfaced to expose the postmodernist, unconstitutional, social justice warrior in the room. And take a wild guess on who it is. It's Bernie Sanders! Russell Vought was Trump's nominee pick for budget director, and he was being questioned by Bernie Sanders when a post he made from 2016 came up, mentioning Islam.
Quote, Muslims do not simply have a deficient theology. They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his son, and they stand condemned.
In the post, he essentially said that Muslims had a deficient theology, didn't know God, and stood condemned. Now, Bernie Sanders asked him if he thought that statement was Islamophobic.
Do you believe that that statement is Islamophobic?
Vought said, absolutely not. That's just my faith.
I'm a Christian, and I believe in a Christian set of principles based on my faith.
Now, Bernie Sanders seemed a little bit ticked at this. He thought it was rude.
I understand you are a Christian.
And after some mildly heated discussion, Bernie Sanders voted no, because Vought was not someone who this country was supposed to be about. Now, what's wrong with this? Well, it's unconstitutional. Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution says there shall be no religious tests for public office. I didn't write that. I didn't say it in my blog. That's the U.S. Constitution. Now, the left is treating it like a smackdown, like Bernie Sanders destroyed a religious bigot, caught him right in his tracks, and swept him off his feet. But why are they ignoring the Constitution? And aside from the main factor of it being unconstitutional, Sanders' reasoning is just flawed. I mean, nothing Vought said was hateful, discriminant, or in violation of anybody's rights. And it's especially not Islamophobic. I mean, it's like me looking at a serial killer who killed 30 people, 15 of which were women, and said that that serial killer was a sexist because he killed 15 women. You'd be neglecting the other half, which were men. Let's rephrase this. Mr. Vought, do you think that blacks who have not accepted Christ stand condemned? Well, I mean, anyone who hasn't accepted Christ stands condemned, regardless of race. You racist!
That's racist! You're racist!
Not to mention, this is a central Christian claim here. It's not something new that we just invented because we don't like Muslims. It's something that we've always said. The only way to heaven, the only way to eternal life and salvation is Jesus. Why is Bernie acting so surprised at a central Christian claim? And funnily enough, Muslims make the same claim to an even higher extent. Every religion claims it is the only way, and yet you're highlighting Christianity as bigoted because they say that Muslims stand condemned. But we shouldn't be as surprised, because the left always loves to cry, BIGOT!
Islamophobe!
Oh, sorry, Oscar. Bernie exposes himself as a postmodernist in this situation. He says, well, there are more than just Christians in America.
So I understand that Christianity is the majority religion, but there are other people who have different religions in this country and around the world.
What does that have to do with anything? What does the amount of Christians in a population have to do with truth? There's lots of different people of lots of different faiths, so, I mean, we don't want to be rude in claiming that ours is the right one, because they could all be right, you know? Postmodernism is dangerous, and this guy with the fantabulous hair, who has these millennials bowing before him, exposes himself as a postmodernist. I mean, this is an important issue, because if this is swept under the rug and renamed as Defense Against Bigotry, we may begin to further cherry-pick the Constitution. Shut up! We may further cherry-pick the Constitution, like the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. It makes me wonder if religious people will ever be able to run for office, especially Christians. I mean, it seems like Christians are being singled out. Would Bernie Sanders ever say no to a Muslim in office? I mean, it seems unlikely, because the left loves Islam, and God forbid they become bigoted themselves and say no. Now, regardless of your political opinions, your position, this is unconstitutional, and this needs to be recognized. We need to remember our nation's foundation. We need to remember the Constitution. Funnily enough, there's actually an online petition with 50,000 people who have signed it, asking Bernie Sanders to apologize. Go sign it if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine. But we need to recognize what's actually happening here. Food for thought. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Maybe check out some of my other videos. I got like 3 of them. Who cares? Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, right in the nick of time, my camera was about to run out of battery.